entertained. Is this not why you were here?
Hey now, welcome to a Screen Time Continuum. It is a special episode. We are here, just to talk. In fact, we're here to talk about some things that are relative to things that kind of could possibly affect screen time, things that kind of could possibly not affect anything at all, but we just wanted to talk. So here we are for you guys to watch, listen, tell your friends, invite them over. It's a Saturday night banter, 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 banter. And yeah, let's take this Hollywood nosedive together. My name is Keelan, and I am here with Nick and Mike, as always. What's going on, fellas?
Hey, happy
What
Saturday
it do?
night.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
Yep,
The
yep.
crossover is real.
We're doing an NPR episode where we just focus on the audio experience of this. So expect some sultry sounds and easy vibes.
Sounds
You
good
know,
to me.
Nick just made a point. I came in way too hot into this episode.
That's getting a little bit too sensual, I think.
Oh, my bad. Not late night radio hot, but got it. But yeah, I think this is gonna be fun because it's not often that we get to really just give our opinions. We're usually having to focus it in on a particular topic or something we watched. So yeah, I'm excited to see where we go with this too. I hope you guys are excited to be here with us. I know we're excited to do this for you, and just so you know, this shit's crazy, man. It is crazy. So yeah, I don't really know where we want to start, but I know where we
I
can
do.
start. What's going on, Nick?
I know where we can start. I want to talk about this. No, I can't say that yet. It's not 10 minutes. This frick fracking copyright strike that was put on our channel. I think that's something that we should address at the top of the episode because, more people stay tuned at the beginning of any video than towards the end. I think that's something that we can mention. A couple weeks ago, we did a review for a movie called Run Rabbit Run, and it was on Hulu. And we did about an hour and 13-minute episode with just us, me, Keelan, and Mike talking about what we thought about the movie. Little did I know that we got a copyright strike from a VLG .film, which is some sort of distributor, we think, for the Run Rabbit Run movie. And we got our channel popped because they copyright claimed the entire video. Now, normally when somebody copyrights claims something, it's for a specific segment of the video. They claimed the entire video. And there was not one stitch of their material in our episode.
Right. So we don't use any of their video footage or any of that stuff ever.
Nothing. Never. We don't do that. And the only thing that I can guess is that they didn't like our review, our review and our score for the movie. So
yeah.
That's fun. If you guys want to see that, you can check that out on Facebook at Thinkering Talks because it's still up there. And I might post it onto Rumble because we also have a Rumble channel if you want to check us out there at Screen Time Continuum on Rumble. But yeah, unfortunate because that was a fun episode. I think that's where we came up with the rabies hypothesis, and so I kind of wanted that to stick around. I might do is I might take a clip and then post it on our channel just to spite them.
Yeah. We could use some shorts.
We could use some shorts. So
if I'm being honest, so while we're on it, while we're talking about it, I actually think our the inception of that hypothesis, whatever, however the heck you want to phrase it, I think that actually could be a part of what the issue is. we have this habit on our channel where we talk about it during episodes all the time. We talk about it off air all the time. We do better than the people who wrote this or whatever it is we're watching.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're being honest, sometimes there are people who find out, hey, I have a little more power or I have a little ability to do something. And what that something is sometimes is push other people down because I don't like their opinion. Um, I personally, it's funny to say after we've talked about this, I personally don't have an issue with it because it lets me know I'm doing something right. It's the 2 steps forward, 1 step back theory. However, I dislike the ability to not have to be held accountable for something.
Yeah. Yeah, because in essence, in order for me to contest the copyright claim, which again has zero copywritten material in it, it's just us like this, just with our videos on talking about the movie. But the problem is in order for me to contest it, our channel is only 150 viewers. Hey, we got to 150, by the way. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you so much.
Yes,
we really
indeed. Thanks
appreciate
for
that.
coming. Yes, indeed.
But we're a smaller channel on YouTube, and so in order for me to contest it, I would have to get into a legal interaction with this takedown entity. And I don't feel very comfortable giving my personal information to somebody I don't know on the internet. Even if it does look like it's coming from a movie distributor that could be spoofed, and then all my personal info is out there, which it's the internet, everybody's info is out there, but I don't want to just give it away for free. So
Right, you got to pay me.
Yeah, or make it a little bit more difficult to, like, I don't know, get a loan in my name or something.
Right.
At least give me valid reason.
Right. Yeah. So this is one of the problems is when you're small, you don't get the corporate liaison privilege that a lot of bigger channels get. If we were bigger, we would be able to get into contact with our YouTube person, and they'd be able to reverse it for us.
You say that, I was gonna get to that right there. It's something that's not said enough, which is when you get to a certain level, there are not just everybody talks about exemptions. No, there's resources.
Mhm.
There are resources that are literally put in front of you and given to you, which is why some people who understand always ask when professional athletes and people in certain positions just blow through a certain amount of revenue. Some people ask like, oh, well, how does that happen? One of those reasons is because some people are educated on it, so it doesn't make sense for it to happen. But other reasons are things like this, like you get to a certain level and you still don't have the same resources as someone who's maybe 2 steps ahead of you. And that 2 steps makes the difference between whether you have a contact number and or a specific office or suite to walk into to get your problem resolved.
Yeah, for sure. We hope to be that big at some points in our YouTube career if they don't strike us from existence.
Right.
And if that day ever comes, dear listeners, you can always check us out on Rumble because we have a profile there which mirrors to our YouTube. So we can start going live on that too. I think maybe that would be a good idea. Maybe we'll do a day out of the week where we live stream from there. But yeah, it's hard to grow and then have these types of situations happen where you're like, oh, well, yeah, you can nuke somebody who wants to spoof or who kind of wants to spam copyrights could just nuke somebody's channel with very little recourse, especially a small channel like ours. Again, we don't have the resources to fight a legal battle, even though there's nothing that we did that we would have to actually fight. It's just that, when a big movie company or distributor takes your video, they're asking you to get into a legal conversation with them, and that's not something that I'm willing to do, and I'm sure Keelan and Mike aren't willing to do that either. Maybe if we were a bigger channel and had some resources behind us, then that would be a different thing. But at this point, it's like I'm just praying that we don't get our channel popped again by people falsely copywriting us.
Right. And yeah, that's the main thing. Is it's not like we're not out here being malicious. You watch any of our videos, you hear any of our reviews, you could skim through them. In fact, if you want, you're not gonna catch us just berating somebody with no recourse. That's just not how we do.
Well, maybe, but we like to talk
in
shit,
the
and
review,
that's all right.
We talk. We're at 10:45. Yeah, we talk
Yeah.
plenty of shit, but what we don't do is we're not unfair.
Yeah, I think.
You know what? I'll say that. In my opinion, let me throw that out there. In my opinion, we're not unfair. Who am I to know what fair is to other people?
Yeah, well, of course, but yeah, we're definitely not overtly nasty to anybody or anything like that. But our Run Rabbit Run review was funny because we were making so much fun of it, and I think that it's a real shame that it got taken away from us just because we gave it a poor review. Again, there is no copywritten material. They claimed the whole thing erroneously. And my suspicion is that it was just because we panned it and came up with a better story.
Right, because it was a terrible movie with terrible concepts, and we made it better by adding things to it. Period.
Yep.
They didn't want y'all to know about it, so they could go back, redo the movie, add those elements in, and then say, "See."
Mm-hmm. Sorry, not sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
I expect my check.
Yeah. Right. I think this all comes with the territory. We'll just have to be more careful next time. Although there's nothing that we could have done differently. But we might have to be aware that any film that is distributed by this company, if we don't give them a good score, they could very well take our strike us again. Yeah.
It's definitely a do your homework moment. Find out what line we crossed.
Mm-hmm.
Because and I think that's the whole point. Is we might feel a way about them doing it, but at the end of the day, we're not trying to be malicious. We're not trying to cross any sectors or however you want to look at it. So it is a do your homework moment, but I think that's why for me it just ended at make it make sense. Break it down for me. Send us a kind little
understanding letter.
Well, and you would think that YouTube would review the video and see that there is no copywritten material in the video, and then be like, "Sorry, this is a false claim." Yeah. But they err on the side of extreme caution, especially if it comes from an actual company. Yeah. And I think that had it been just a regular user on YouTube, it probably would have been reviewed. But the fact that it was a company that's a distributor, probably automatically had it taken down. So we don't even get a review for this at all. So
I'm calling conspiracy, and I won't say why on air.
It's a good call. But it's disheartening, but it's also cool because we know that we're doing something. I think that our channel is decent enough to get pushed by the algorithm. I noticed that 98% of our viewership comes from suggested videos, so at least we're good in the algorithm. I just think that that is also going to make us a target if we decide to be truthful about videos and movies that we want to review.
Yeah, well, we have to find that line of honest niceness.
Yeah, that's all to say. If you see a video that's missing, it's probably because the distributors are haters and they just don't like us. And that is our introduction to this episode, the Hollywood Nosedive. Mm-hmm. Starting from personal experience.
Right.
We know it's not fair. That's the whole. We know it's not fair.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So everything we say from this point forward, man. So everything we say about everything else going on in this episode, we know it's worse for y'all probably than it is for us, but we also understand where the ground floor is.
Right. Yeah. But what's interesting is that I think that what we're going to see more and more of is, and not like I'm breaking any ground with this, but with the sort of faltering of the Hollywood machine, you're going to see a lot more opportunity for people online to create stuff that resonates with people, and perhaps their audiences grow from that. And it's an opportunity for digital creators to kind of get some more eyeballs on them, I think, anyways. Because people are going to want decent content or interesting stuff to listen to or watch. regardless. And if there's a vacuum, it's going to be filled.
Yep.
Yeah.
Immediately.
And somebody, it's funny. I realized in the last 10 years, this has probably happened 3 times where there's just this big change of the guard in Hollywood. Maybe a little more than 10 years, but this huge change of the guard. And if you look in certain places, you'll see changes. Like at one point you saw a change with daytime television and what kind of roles you saw some characters in. So you saw the guys who were like always the boyfriend or the hardcore guy, they kind of became the uncles all of a sudden, right? You saw, I had a different example in my head that I just lost, but
You mean like cousin Jesse or Uncle Jesse?
Uncle Jesse sounds. Oh yeah. You're talking about John. Oh,
Leroy
sorry.
Jenkins.
Yep. Sorry.
I don't want to get too specific.
Yeah. But no, exactly, things like that, and we were alive for that. Then it happened again when you really saw the induction of the internet folk into mainstream media, and now it's kind of in the guard.
Colored hair people?
No, not just that.
No,
not just that. That, I guess, if you count that, then I guess this will be the 4th. And where we are now is we're right on the back end of the information gatherers being more in tune with the community again. Getting back to that.
Yeah. As opposed to what, Mike? White-haired people? Are you some sort of age supremacist?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. That's what I figured.
No, and that's why I said colored hairs. But, I
think it's hair of color. That's right. That's the way you're supposed to say it. You can't say that anymore.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Definitely got to be specific.
Can't say that neither. I'm sorry.
A lot of things you can't say.
Hey, some things we're just going to have to get over.
Maybe.
Okay, that's right.
Maybe not. So Hollywood's on strike, guys.
So we heard.
How do y'all feel about it?
I just found out that the what is it,
SAG-AFTRA? Yeah, they joined.
Yeah, I just heard they went on strike. I didn't even know that until the other day.
I think yesterday is when it happened, or maybe the day before.
3 months in.
3 months in, yeah. You know what Marie Antoinette would say? Let them eat caviar.
Oh, right.
I mean, look, I understand there. I will steelman their argument, actually. So a lot of people roll their eyes when they look at this type of thing and say, well, why? I mean, y'all have the luxury of striking because you have money in the bank. Most people don't have the ability to take 3 months off of work and not get paid, not have money to feed their family. But if I wanted to steelman their argument for what they're doing, I would say that they have valid concerns with the use of digital images part of their, I guess, grievance.
Not the AI part?
The AI part is part of it, but it's this concept that apparently extras would be, in certain circumstances, scanned digitally and then put into movies and TV shows without really getting paid.
Oh, that's not okay.
Yeah. So I think that that's fair enough if I'm going to be like trying to give them the best interpretation of what they are upset about. I think that that's a fair enough thing to be upset about, honestly.
They're still using their image without them actually getting paid for it over and over.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be okay.
No, it's definitely not okay. But I think that it falls on a time where there's too many other people hurting, that it's not getting the same amount of sympathy as maybe it did in 2007, because I think that's the last time it happened.
Yeah.
So, I know that they are trying to fight for something that they believe in, which is admirable enough. But I think that it's a bit tone deaf for Fran Drescher to come out and be like, the people relied on us during COVID to give them comfort and
That's where she
blah
lost me.
blah. And
She's still alive?
so yeah, she's the
Wow.
head of the
Yeah, she's the
union.
president of. Yeah,
She's the president.
I did not know that.
she's the reason that your favorite actor's on TV. You better be nice.
I don't
That's
have a
true.
favorite
That's true.
actor.
She's a very powerful woman. But like her going on TV and saying that the people, like depended on actors in order to get through COVID, it struck me as a little bit tone deaf. And I think there's a lot of people that feel like, hey, let them eat caviar. I'm sure they got a pantry full of it.
Easily.
They can stay out of work for 3 months. What am I worried about?
Well, that's probably the problem. Is the caviar is gone, and now they're stuck with T-bone.
Right. Dang.
Shucks.
I think what's happening here, and I understand exactly what you mean, Nick, when you say it just comes off as tone deaf. I think what's happening is actors still see themselves as the working class, no matter how much money they make, because there's such a sliding scale. Well, no, realistically, there's a sliding scale to what a working actor makes, what they call a jobbed actor makes, and then the successful super people that we see on TV and on billboards and shit.
Mhm.
The average actor is shit. Some of them are catching the bus to the gigs, and so, I mean the guys, some of these people we see on TV that we actually like, and like, oh hey, I can't wait to wonder what's in their next thing. From what I've
Why is
seen
the Prius
and
in the
heard,
shop?
in some situations, yeah, but
No, they're waiting on the Cybertruck, Mike, and it's just Elon Musk has taken so long. They have not gotten their Cybertruck yet.
Oh, okay.
something I've heard, especially while this is going on, is a lot of actors nowadays are just like any other corporate employee. They got student loans and shit because they went to school for acting.
Yeah,
that does
I'm
make
not saying
sense.
that every actor is rich, but
Well,
that
no,
actually, yeah, but that actually kind of makes it worse, right? Because it's like the people who are, who have a few $1 million in the bank to sit out a 6-month strike are screwing over the ones who have to
who
take the
don't.
bus.
Exactly. No, and that's
Yeah.
kind of what I'm getting at is I feel like because the sliding scale exists and it's so vast that Fran Drescher or whomever can get up there and speak for actors and speak about the lower half, even though they're a part of the higher half.
Did you see what Ron Perlman said?
Which, go ahead. I'm gonna let you share that one because I think I do, but I don't.
Ron Perlman said that, I think he said it was an executive said we can just wait them out till they lose
Oh
their
yeah,
houses.
yeah.
Wait, who out?
Basically, the writers
The
and
working
actors.
class, yeah,
Wait,
all the working class guys, the ones who
Wait.
aren't the millionaires.
wait, hold on. You're saying that the producers said that they'll just wait out the people who can't. Yeah, well, that's always the strategy.
That's what they do. Yeah,
That's always the strategy.
that's how collective bargaining works.
Yeah. It's, I mean, I know that the studio would behave that way because that's the way the studio would behave. If you're striking, okay, go ahead. See how much money you make.
Right.
You
So
know?
when Ron Perlman, when I saw that he said that, I thought the same. I thought something and somebody else confirmed or affirmed the same thought, which was why is it coincidentally this is what you want to share? They said if they said that to him, what else have they said?
Right.
Well,
'Cause
yeah,
that's
of
what he's willing to
course.
share.
It's
That's
a
what you're willing
snappy
to say.
sound bite, though, to also sort of like bolster support.
It's convenient,
Yeah, it's PR. It's PR.
and a lot of this shit comes off even the stuff you agree with or we agree with comes off as convenient. Honestly, even
Mhm.
the amount of information that's out here, like this strike's been going on since May. The information didn't pick up till about June. I knew about it the moment it started.
Yeah, I did too, but
Yeah.
I mean, again,
But it
I
wasn't
don't
on the
know.
headlines.
Yeah, there were no headlines about it. I have a cousin who's involved, but like I think that this is the same Hollywood that gave us all of these stellar movies and TV shows that we've been reviewing for the past few years. And so it almost to me feels like I don't know. I don't want to be sour grapes, but it also is like, well, you guys aren't really making like Citizen Kane anymore. So, like,
That's real.
what are we doing here? Am I supposed to be upset that I can't watch the next season of?
You take that back. Project Legion was amazing.
It was very good. It was very good.
I think that's part of the thing, Nick. I think right now the studios are trying to negotiate for the shit they've gotten in the last 3-4 years, not realizing that it's come out that way, partially because of their involvement. Like, back off. You're not the creative, but you want all
but it's also the creatives who come in with an agenda and make terrible content.
I agree with that as well, which is why everybody doesn't deserve the big checks, and that's why there is such a sliding scale. My question, because I don't know this for sure, is there the same level of sliding scale for the showrunners, for the studio runners, even, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, all I know is how is this going to affect housing prices in Los Angeles?
Oh, drastically. We know that.
You know what I mean? Like, because all I can see is if they strike for a long enough period of time, some people are going to lose their job and then, or lose their house, and maybe that'll pop the bubble. But maybe then again, BlackRock will just buy it.
No, yeah,
that's the idea.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen is the studios are gonna go and buy all of their houses, and then they're gonna be working in perpetuity.
Corporate town. You can work in a corporate city.
Pico turns into Sony Boulevard.
Yes, Sonyton.
See, now I'm fucking up. I'm over here name dropping the wrong people. I apologize.
Who? What'd you say?
Sunny Boy, right around the corner from up the road.
You know, they used to have those, right? Corporate towns.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty
Hollywood
crazy.
used to be a corporate town.
That's true. You would go to the town, the corporation would give you basically free room and board, and vouchers for food, and then in turn you gave them free labor.
They tell you,
isn't that what Scorpio did?
Daddy on the camera. That's what they tell you.
Is that who did?
Isn't that what Scorpio did?
Scorpio? Who's Scorpio?
Yeah, when he got Homer to work at his plant.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a corporate town.
I do not remember that episode. Whoa.
Oh, all right.
My bad.
No worries.
So basically, what you're saying is Simpsons did it.
Simpsons did it.
Simpsons did it.
But yeah, you just work there, and they give you a place to live, food to eat. The problem is that they don't pay you.
No, they feed you to shake that ass for daddy.
Like, I mean, is that so bad if you're getting all your needs officially met and you don't want for anything?
Excellent question.
Bro.
I mean, come on.
He did it, and we have the time tonight. So listen,
are we gonna rewind the clock here?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we in a time loop anyway. I think we went back to the 80s a couple years ago. Now we back in the 60s now.
My theory is that we relive the same like 30 years over and over again.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So now I think we somewhere in like between 65 and 70.
Yes, the downturn of the economy. The 70s when they had gas lines. Yeah, that's where we're at right now. Yeah.
So I want to answer Mike's question.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Go ahead.
No, I just had to let y'all get that one out. So is it so bad, you ask? Yes and no. Okay. It's fucking terrible. Are you not gonna ask that? That was rude.
Oh, you don't like communism?
But wait. I said yes and no. I said yes and I said no. So here's the good side of it.
Okay.
The good things are, yes, there are people who are totally accepting of all of those kind of things. There are people who are just okay with getting up, going to work, having a roof over their head, food on their plate, and a hot bath to take in the morning. And they're good with that, right? But that's probably like 3% of the population.
Word.
So, okay. So my question is for you. Yes, remember the yes and no. So like, there's the good, there's the bad. The bad is everybody ain't for it. The other 97% of us is the bad. I don't have to explain that.
Well, Keelan, there's a good solution to that. What you do is you get some ships and you sail to go find the 3% of people that would be willing to work for no money, and then you bring them back here.
I was thinking something more along the lines: you round up the 97% with guns, and you force them to, or you make them disappear.
I'll see. I had nuance in my joke, and you just hit me over the head with a sledgehammer.
No nuance at all. I mean,
no,
you're both right.
No,
but there's absolutely nothing to add to what Mike just said. At least what Nick said, I could add and string some jokes onto that. Have you ever been to an improv class?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, and you just.
And. Look, no. And what did he say? What did he say, Nick? As soon as I asked, no.
No.
No and. That's called no ending.
Oh, shit.
But yes, it would be terrible to have a group of people have to work for,
What do they call that when the government does that?
Anarchy and a fucking purge, because I don't know what was going on in Mike's head just now.
Oh, man, I was just following a logical line of thinking there.
You know what? It's crazy though, because in reality, that is still real, and that's kind of why I phrased it and answered the way I did. That's still what's happening, and that's what the strike is kind of about. Is nobody wants to do that shit. Nobody wants to be the person who literally loses every part of their human existence and has nothing to show for it.
Yeah, I understand that. I think that there's something to be said about the ever increasing distribution of the, not to sound like a Marxist, a distribution of the wealth. You
will own nothing and love it.
No, right. But I mean, I think it's a fair critique to say that there are, like the people at the top of the studios are making the lion's share of the money. And when the problem is that everything was going well. And I really think that this is actually a deeper issue that nobody wants to talk about. It's the cost of living. The cost of living in LA is astronomical. And so, of course, people aren't going to be able to afford to, take care of themselves. I think you need like a median income of like what, $500,000, $700,000 a year.
Hey,
about $60.
We are talking about Hollywood. We are not talking about the president. You leave him out of this.
I'm just saying that this might be the crunch of the economy that is manifesting a symptom that we see here.
You stop it. He is an old man.
He is, and he's fine.
Whoa,
is he?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, just all you have to just put a heated blanket on him, and he's okay. It's cold. Just gets cold.
The blasphemy you all speak. I can't believe this. The things you're saying. I don't know why.
Outrageous.
Hot take.
Outrageous. Hot take. All right, now I got some life back in my voice.
That make what? That just made. I guess I shouldn't say that at all. Never mind. That just made something else make sense.
Okay. All right. But yeah, no, absolutely.
Together.
Everything that's going on right now, as far as this strike and how it's all going, in my opinion, it's been coming for a while, and not only has it's already been going downhill, but everything's taken a nosedive because not just does the product suck, the negotiation, the argument is almost so vain that it's just non-existent. It's like you're not even arguing. You're just like, all right, does this look good? No. Okay. Does this look good? No. Okay. Does this look good?
Well, you have to frame things correctly.
Here's a trip. Here's a tip for them right now. And they could do this tomorrow. Fran Drescher could come out and say, you know what this is all about? It's really about the economics of our country right now. If I, Fran Drescher, have to go on strike because I'm not making ends meet, what do you think the average American is feeling?
That's real.
She would win over a good portion of the population if she just said that.
Then they would try to nominate her to run for president.
Hey, I'm okay with that. She could be the nanny in the White
House. But yeah, that's essentially because that's the position that she's mentally or they're, both sides of this argument, honestly, are mentally putting themselves in that position. So the first one to side with the lower half of the economic line, you're right. That's pretty much who's going to win this argument. And ironically, depending on which side says it first, then we'll know what kind of product we're going to get over the next, say, 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, I don't know that. I mean, there's going to be a hiccup for sure. I don't mind it necessarily because, again, I think it brings more eyes to digital creators, and it could be a little mini renaissance for a lot of people, which is great because there are so many talented people out there making great content online for doing it for free. And and nobody's complaining over
1,000%. Yeah.
So, like I think that there's you can always tell when art is sort of being transient to different communities. And right now, everything in Hollywood is focused on the economics. And that's why I think that they should address the economic side of it more than the art side of it, because the art is now shifting to people who are willing to do it for free. And then perhaps through the giving out their art for free and becoming popular enough to make enough money to support themselves in the future.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's not just what people think. That's literally what, no matter what you're doing, you don't have to be trying to do videos online. That's what we're all trying to do at the end of the day.
Yeah, everybody's doing it. So
that's what the clerk at the 99-cent store is trying to do.
I mean, honestly, as somebody who's smart in the SAG-AFTRA or the Writers Guild, they could technically just go out and start putting things on YouTube if they wanted to.
I want to take this time to just say, stop giving these people ideas that they're not paying you for. They are not paying y'all for this.
The problem is nobody listens to me anyways.
We are kind of therapizing right now.
Hey, if we got enough clout to get a copyright strike without even using copyrighted material, somebody's listening.
We are that dangerous. We are that dangerous. Yeah,
he makes a point. All right,
Hey, so what you gonna do if you go on there tomorrow and you see that people are saying exactly what you saying and making money for it? You gonna feel some kind of way?
Oh, coming onto YouTube?
No. Well, I mean, if they take your ideas, or if Fran Drescher does exactly what you just stated, somebody was listening and they go and tell her that, and she does it, and then she wins the presidency. And she's the nanny in the White House wiping his drool off his face.
I love it.
Then what you gonna do?
I will say that we created art.
That's right.
And we gave it away for free. And now we enjoy the fruit of the labor.
What fruit? We ain't gonna get paid. They're gonna delete our channel.
Pressure in the White House. That's the fruit. Come on, man.
They're gonna call us digital. They're gonna call us Digital Banksy.
There you go. Yeah, we're the Michael Scott Paper Company. If they try to take down our channel, we'll just make another one and then make another one and another one.
That's funny.
Everything backed up on Facebook.
Everything's backed up. I don't mind. Yeah, just rename it. I'm always coming up with names. It's all good.
It's a good thing you're the brains of this operation for me.
New name, who this?
Yeah, exactly. There we go. That'll be our next one. That's our next podcast name if we do get canceled. So
new name, who this?
New pod, who this?
That's actually pretty creative.
It's pretty good.
Disappear.
You better go copyright that now.
I know.
I mean, I'm already on the website right now.
Do it.
Right.
Do it.
Mess around and see Fran Drescher talking about it tomorrow.
I have a new podcast out. It's called New Pod Who Dis.
Right.
Hey, or you better be the first guest. I know that.
Actually, you might be Carlos Mencia using that joke.
Wow. They say he didn't steal any jokes.
Yeah, I'm sure he said that. I don't know. To be fair.
They say he didn't steal any jokes.
Who is they?
I don't know.
Who's they though?
I think he brown bagged them motherfuckers, but I don't know.
What about there was another one. I think they said there's a couple of comedians they say do that. A lot of people just give it to them because they can't fight it.
Listen, the bigger guys usually take from the littler guys.
Right. It's the nature, I think, of anything you do. There's always somebody watching, right?
Right.
And when you're the little guy, the bigger guy, if they see it, they like it, they gonna remold it into what they do, and you gonna see something you do be a part of something they do, and now you have to change what you do because it's a part of their image now. Is it right? No, but it's consistent enough to where I don't think it's. I'm at a point where I think it might be part of the game.
Probably.
Like that's a part of the growth is yeah, you were really good at this at one point, but it wasn't good enough for you. But this person was able to turn it into gold. Now, what else you got?
Man, Dave even said that happened to him
Happens
when
to
he was
everybody.
when he first started doing stand up. He said that happened to him. Somebody rented a
I've heard a
joke
lot
from
of those
him.
stories.
He did it to somebody very recently, so I think he's
Yeah,
fine.
he did. I saw that too, Nick.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but it's normal.
Yeah, it is.
It's the same thing like the hip hop ghostwriter argument. The only reason ghostwriting is a problem is when you admit to it. You're not supposed to talk about it. It's the unseen, it's the unwritten rule type thing. You don't talk about unwritten rules. When you talk about it, now it's taboo and everybody got to come for you like they didn't know it existed already. But
What?
right, right. But if you just close your mouth, everybody who's in the fold and part of that said fraternity already, they give you the respect that you're due already. And I think that falls into the same category.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't. I've never been able to co-sign that for rappers. If you didn't write it, you don't deserve it.
I mean, but here's the deal.
That's just personal.
I know, and I understand and agree to an extent. And this isn't just about hip hop, my response, but I think what happens a lot of times is ego, especially with hip hop. Ego is too much of a deal in hip hop. That's why a lot of the new artists in this generation don't want to be considered rappers because they don't want their ego to have to be compromised just because some asshat that has their earphones on doesn't like the way they said. I'm not gonna say that right now, but the way they gave an opinion or something, or because they didn't like the melody that they sung, like, oh, he's a thug, why is he singing? So now he can't do hip hop. It's bullshit.
All right.
It's
I don't have a response for that, so I'm gonna just say all right.
now, because
I don't even like most of the music that come out anymore. I don't.
Well, to me, it's not about just the music that comes out. Like, okay, I'll give you a perfect example. Luke Combs right now, is top of Billboard, right? I don't think he's still number one, but he might still be number one. But Luke
I don't know
Combs
who that is.
just at the top of Billboard. Exactly. That's my point, right? That's the start of my point. You don't know who Luke Combs is, but he had Billboard number one hit in the last month, right? He didn't write a lyric of that damn song. He didn't write the melody of that song. He didn't change nothing. He just
So he's just a face.
Just the face of.
That's just pop star shit.
Just super, you're right. Nick knows where I'm going with this. He just is the face of a rendition of Tracy Chapman's Fast Car. Right? She wrote the song in like 1988, 1987.
Right. I know who Tracy Chapman is.
I know. I'm just painting the picture for those who don't, because we are,
How do you know?
Because I'm an old man.
That's exactly it. Because it was in the 80s.
It was in the 80s. But she goes into the history books. They both get more awards. They both probably get a little bit of money, et cetera, et cetera. Nobody's mad at Luke Combs for re-singing this song. Nobody's mad at the millions of people who remake a song every day. But the moment a hip hopper, and I'm gonna say that like I'm old, but a hip hopper, but the moment
hippity hop,
the
bumpity bump,
a rapper or somebody, and I'm not gonna just label it to just being black. Just when you're in hip hop specifically, right? And the moment you say you have a ghostwriter or somebody else wrote your shit, it's a problem. But then go listen to hip hop and find out that every fucking song has stolen an extra bar from here or plagiarized something. Like everybody is copying everybody, but you're not supposed to talk about it.
Yeah,
that's it. You just don't talk about
it. It goes back to that proverb, right? There are no original ideas.
Right.
which is if you think about that for a while, it'll drive you crazy because it's pretty much true.
Which also goes back to what Mike was just asking about if someone else were to get up and say what we were saying today.
Somebody caught it.
Caught it. I don't know. I forgot what was said, but I was already thinking of Fat Albert, so I'm there.
No.
It's doing blurred lines. Yeah.
Blurred lines. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I missed that one. Hey, be careful now. That's a copy.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
The gay estate.
Wait, did they decide who it belongs to?
Yes. Yes, and I'm gonna tell you off air. I'm not saying it on air because I don't want no smoke. I ain't got Pharrell or Robin Thicke's kind of money.
Robin Thicke doesn't even have Robin Thicke's kind of money anymore. That's
not no more. Yeah. He went back to like dad, like, hey, Alain. And like, hold on, wait, what you just call me? Oh, I'm sorry, Pops. I need a loan. Oh,
tragedy.
No disrespect. Still got more money than me right now.
Today.
Hey.
Everybody got more money than me.
Notice I said today. Monday's coming. But what I'm thinking is you really have to. I think we have to really be honest when it comes to the whole who wrote what and who gets credit for it. People usually sign contracts that just give up their rights to something so they can get a little bit of check. In fact, as we're still talking about Hollywood nosedive and the decline of everything going on out here, I read that the guy who created what's that show? Squid Games. The guy who created Squid Game for Netflix apparently took a one-time lump sum payment. I just have to ask, has anybody heard this? Do you guys know where?
I can look it up.
Throw me a ballpark of what you think he got paid. And
$50,000.
A little bit more than that.
I was thinking.
Honestly,
I was thinking somewhere along the same lines.
Nike paid the kid $100 for the swoosh. I mean, like, this is what they do.
This is what they do. Now, at the time, I want to, I hate that I have to do this, but I will say this as far as Nike and the swoosh. That happened when Nike's valuation was extremely low. Now, they could have gave the kid way more than $100.
They could have given him
They weren't the Nike they are today. Right.
Could have given him
They could have definitely gave him buy into the company. And that's where they are still shit. But $100 probably would have bought that kid about 7 or 8 stock in the company at that time.
Yeah, he should have bought into it, I guess.
He should have definitely bought in with the $100 they gave him. But in response to that, you're absolutely right. Nike is shit for that. But Squid Games. He made $150K one-time lump sum payment, and Netflix apparently has had a valuation boost of around $1 billion just based off of Squid Game.
Yeah, so of course.
This kind of shit happens so often. And what my question starts to become is, are people not doing their homework? Do they not have the right people in their corner? Or it goes back to what we said earlier in this episode, the resources. Like, how do you
think it's when you the problem is though is like when you get approached, say we made a TV pilot and Netflix comes to us and like, hey guys, we really love your stuff, we really want to do stuff, maybe we want to even build a relationship with you guys and maybe do some more stuff in the future. You mind selling us this thing for $100,000, and then of course the fine print is we own all of it in perpetuity and you don't have any rights to the IP. And you look at your attorney and they say this is a standard contract. Bullshit. This is a standard contract, and you say, okay, well, and the only reason that somebody like Tom Cruise gets a percentage is because he's Tom Cruise,
right?
Like, do you think any other actor could ask for a percentage?
Right.
I don't think they can.
In 1986.
Right. Well, before he joined a very prolific group, I'm sure he wasn't making a percentage. So
hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I got approached by Netflix for some content that I created and they offer me that kind of money, I'm gonna say, well, hold on, let me go see what Amazon Prime offering. Because if y'all willing to do this, I know they gonna overspend.
Yeah, you might be right about that for sure.
Let me go get some of that Rings of Power money.
I got a
But then
different
again,
but I'm for sure
Sorry.
not about to give no ideas out.
But then if you
Right.
flip it around and you're like a person that's trying to pitch their dream pilot or their dream thing, and they've gone to every studio and they've shut you down, and
About to
Netflix
get
is like,
kicked out.
yeah, and Netflix is like, yeah, I guess we might be interested in it if you'd let it go for $100,000.
Yep.
And then
Hey.
then you think to yourself, well, they've already bought from me, maybe they'll buy from me again.
Right.
And you think that this is going to be like a stepping stone to bigger things, and most of the time it's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's mostly not because they've already gotten what they need. They needed a spark.
Mhm.
You gave
Right.
them the spark. They turned it into a fucking forest fire. You should have.
And then they ruined it.
Oh, then they blamed you for it.
Right.
Oh no, yeah, no, it's inevitably your fault because you should have gave us a working product.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I tried, but you hired her, and she
Wow.
ruined it.
I mean,
Jeez.
What do you
That's-
mean?
that.
Oh, I could go into details, but then we get a copyright strike.
Do it.
Jeez.
Yeah, shit.
Jeez.
Jeez.
Let's let some put some air under that. But yeah,
I thought we were talking the mess.
Yeah, well, I think that's a part of it too, though. But no matter who it is, who's vetting these new folks? I'm
That's
for
a
real.
big
As far as,
assumption.
like the creators and writers and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
That's a big assumption there.
I could be wrong, but just hear me out. I could be wrong. Don't we know, or didn't we know, like when we had a favorite movie house back in the day, or we saw a certain director's name pop up, you knew who they studied under?
Mm-hmm.
Remember those
Proteges.
days?
Yeah.
Remember,
Proteges. Yeah.
you would see the reason we know Spielberg and George Lucas is the exact same reason, because they were literally hand in hand with each other through the whole damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Where is that nowadays?
Scorsese and what's the actor's name?
Leonardo
Brando.
DiCaprio. Brando. Yeah.
DiCaprio too,
Yeah.
right? I could keep doing this. Like, it might take me a minute to start remember some of these connections, but they're there, right? You go into sports and you have the succession tree of coaches. You even have the succession tree of players when you look at training. What happened to that in Hollywood?
Well, I think that there's a consensus that the movie star has, as a breed, is dying out. I think Tom Cruise might be one of the last few movie stars.
We saw one of the last or one of the brightest stars in Hollywood commit a atrocious act on a stage about 2 years ago. So we saw him dim his own light that way. I get exactly what you're saying. Everybody else is either taking themselves off the playing field or gotten too old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Finally.
Damn, I didn't.
Finally.
And it's not about whether because I don't honestly, whether I have a problem with it or not. It's just a note to what we're looking at right now, and as we've said already, this didn't start with the strike, as you guys can tell from this discussion. This did not start from the strike, but you look at it and it's like there's been a lot of flickers and instances of trying to cause that spark again. And now it's really making sense. Like, oh, because internally you guys couldn't figure it out on set. So now you have to figure it out in office.
Yeah. I think also, to answer your question about like where are all these new people, where are these upcomers, I think that there's some there, but I think also there's I was watching this video on, I don't even remember where it was, but it was some random chick TikToking something, but she was talking about how she got yelled at work because she brought up the fact that she has time blindness, and she was asking them to accommodate her at her work.
What? What is that?
So apparently this lady thought that because this was a Zoomer, so she's probably in her like 20s or something like that.
Is that
she
a
was
Gen
talking
Z
about
thing?
yeah,
Zoomer?
Gen Z. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She was talking about how she got yelled at work because she was trying to explain time blindness to her coworkers because she was late for a meeting.
Did she get fired?
No, I don't know if she got fired, but she was talking about this as if this was an actual, like, legit,
Like a real thing.
like a
Oh, yeah.
legit condition.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
It's called fucking psychosis.
a little bit. And I thought to myself, like, okay, if time blindness actually becomes a thing, I think we're all lost. I think it's over.
You just
Can
wait.
you explain?
That's the line.
Yes.
That's
Because,
the line.
yes, because if we can start to psychologize people just being lazy and late, then I think it's definitely over. If you could say, "Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm late all the time. You can't fire me for it. I have time blindness."
Bruh, I'm gonna just say this without getting too crazy.
It's time blindness and space rabies.
We
Yeah.
we already got stuff going on right now that people are accepting as absolute fact that blows my mind.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not gonna
No,
say.
I know.
I'm not gonna say, but I can't believe where we are as a society right now, and that's gonna be the line. All right.
Yeah, because things won't get around on time. Nothing will work.
My thing
Nothing works now.
That's fair.
no matter
It'll
how you
work
view
less.
my thing with that whole thing is this: no matter how you view time, you could care about being late, you could not care about being late. The fact that you think somebody else is supposed to care, that you think
I'm not
somebody
that-
else is gonna mold their brain.
Your boss will care.
No. Somebody's gonna care about you not being on schedule. The fact that you
Right.
think somebody else cares about your train of thought towards it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Like,
it's
I
weird.
can honestly say I remember having jobs where it's like that becomes a discussion, whether you're late, on time, or whatever, but it's like, well, we need this done, and it's like, all right, well, when do you need it done? Like, I'll just change the time that I'm doing this so I can do that in the time the job's asking. What are we talking about?
Well, when you're late a lot and you don't want to take accountability for it, you can claim that you have time blindness. I might use
Shit.
that someday.
They better start
Well,
telling her shit is
At least
30
it's not
minutes early.
CP time anymore.
You know, I was thinking about that, and I'm like, is this just the evolution? Is this like,
Yeah, good point, Mike. They can't call it CP time no more because everybody trying to take advantage.
yeah,
Right.
that's true. It's culturally appropriated.
I
I'm
mean,
sitting
you
here
know
like,
what? Where's
okay.
Bill Burr at?
Look, why she can't just own being late? Nah, I'm late. It is, yeah. Nah, I don't care. Hey, here I am, Tiffany, walking in 10 minutes late to the same meeting I was 10 minutes late to last week, and the week, like,
They call her 10
And
minute
yesterday.
Tiffany.
10-minute Tiffany. Like, what's the issue? Own
That
it.
makes sense.
Have some accountability.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I think that they're, you know, like, as the sort of like the haves get more havier and the have-nots get more have-notier, I think people dive into these weird things. And yeah, we sort of get lost into things that don't matter anymore. But yeah, time blindness might be a thing. So, you know, like there's a lot of young people out there who are very hostile towards the idea of maintaining a schedule. So
It's a lot of young people out there who are very, I don't know. I can't say that word anymore. Apparently.
young.
You can't say a lot of things anymore.
You can't say that on television.
Hey, now.
Where is George Carlin when you need him?
Rolling.
And he would probably say 6 feet under.
Man, tossing and turning. That's where he at. Angry.
Now the problem is that I think that a lot of people think that George Carlin would be against all this stuff. He might not.
No.
I don't know if he'd be for it or against it, but I know it'd be funny.
I think his
sad.
angle on free speech would come into play, but his angle on common sense or at least accountability would also. That's the main thing that really is occurring in today's world. There is no accountability. There's no reason for anyone to say, hey, I'm wrong. Let me fix this. Or, I see what I did there. Right.
Well, speaking of accountability, I think that we could segue into the Indiana Jones flop. And the fact that Disney should be held accountable for ruining yet another franchise that never needed another movie.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
But Indiana Jones was already ruined. Didn't they do one called The Crystal something?
Yes, but we were all willing to forget that and pretend like it never happened.
and here we are.
And here we are.
Yeah, I know how I feel about Indiana Jones. It's been ruined since the early 90s.
How you figure?
But that don't mean you double down on it, do it?
Because the only one that I really like came out in 91, right?
Oh, is that Last Crusade? No,
Last
Last Crusade.
right?
I think the last one came out in like 86 or 4 or something like
even
that.
before that, before I was born. Look at there.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Temple of Doom still the best Indiana Jones. But yeah, I think that it was projected it needed to make $900 million at the box office in order to break even. Break even.
That's all?
That is all. Can you believe it?
For Disney.
I know. Except for the problem is that all that chump change is starting to add up. And
they are currently at a $900 million deficit.
And I think Indiana Jones might add
200
to 300 million to that.
Yeah. They said that for them to recoup the Marvels movie has to do probably close to $1 billion or so.
There's a Marvels movie coming out.
Yeah.
The Marvels. Yeah.
Say it however you want to. It don't change the fact that I don't know anyone who wants to see
church it up, boy. It's dirt. Joe Dirte.
Hilarious. Hilarious.
That hurt.
Yeah, so Indiana Jones probably lost Disney about $200 to $300 million. And I was reading an article. They had another movie called The Elementals that did the same. It lost, I think, somewhere around 100 to 200 million.
That was a huge deal for, I think, Pixar, I believe it is.
Yeah, Pixar.
Yikes.
Wait, The Elementals came out already?
Yeah.
And it didn't do so great.
If it was a music album, it went double wood.
Yikes.
So aside from this sort of boomer take that we all could probably point out,
thanks.
Like what do you guys? What is it? If you were to give it an honest assessment and try to be as charitable as possible, what do you think it is that's losing Disney so much money?
You mean without getting canceled?
Without the political stuff, because I can understand that element of it. Obviously,
that's the whole thing. That's what it is. It's the political aspect. Yes, it's the wokeness.
So
we got to cancel that word. We got to not use that word anymore.
I agree.
Well,
I think one of them, and it's not just Disney that's suffering from this. Again, society, in my
opinion,
is suffering from this.
It is. Yeah, agreed.
If you really believe in something, you live it every day, and people see that it's the right way to do things, or they see that it's a way to do things based on how they view your actions and how you live. That's not a thing in today's world, which is so ironic because we live in a place or in a society where everything is literally put in front of you, put on your Instagram, on your Facebook, your Twitter. It's on some platform for people to view. But
everything's curated.
Right, everything is curated, and that's the real problem. Is while everybody's right in front of you, nothing you see is real. So you believe half of what you hear, none of what you see. Right?
Other way around, but
okay, yeah, but that's no way to live life. It's just not. And then with that, because everybody else is being fake, you have no you start to lose sight of yourself because you want to live something that's not real. It's you're fighting yourself mentally for something that's already not tangible.
So are you saying that Disney is trying to wage some sort of crusade that is ending up hurting itself?
Yes.
I guess, yeah, if we're talking about Disney specifically, which we are. Yeah. But I'm really saying Disney is suffering like everything and everyone else is suffering from society not having any depth. Like
I think it's more sinister than just Disney.
It is. It's a lot further than Disney, but we're focused on Disney. And I'm just saying, like, as a society, we are mute. We have no depth. There's nothing to play into. Art is a resemblance of the environment that it comes from. Um, and the art in America right now is bland.
Right. I definitely see what you're saying, but I'm wondering if it's a chicken or the egg thing. Like, is it the art that creates a mundane society, or is it the mundane society that creates mundane art?
I think it's the mundane society creates the art.
Yeah.
Hmm. Then
Because
You
I
can
think
have mundane
society's been
art
on a
and still
downfall
inspire.
for many years now because there's a lack of decency and morality in society right now. And it's been going on for the last, I don't know, 10, maybe 15 years, maybe.
probably more like 40,
What?
but yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
The decency thing I
it's
think
most
comes
apparent right now.
Hmm.
fair. I think, but again, the decency thing, even for me, I think comes to just that there's no vastness, there's no depth. So it's a part again, being a decent human being or being a decent person to me is a part of something you live every day. Something you don't think it, you do it.
Hmm.
So those
Mm,
people aren't getting
thoughts
enough.
become actions.
Thoughts do become actions,
I
and
wonder. Yeah.
actions also become influence, right? So
Yeah.
your actions influence the next person, and that's what
Right.
I'm getting. What I'm saying is, there's not enough of the positive being shown to where it's not even being displayed in the behind the scenes anymore. Because
Right.
everybody wants to be in front of the camera. Everybody wants to be the main
Too
character.
many too many chiefs and not enough Indians kind of thing. Or wait, probably shouldn't use
Too
that
many,
analogy. Right.
yes, right. Too many chefs in the kitchen. Yeah,
Right.
essentially,
Yeah.
yeah.
I wonder if too we are just kind of coming out of a weird age in which we idolized corporations too much.
Yeah.
And maybe we're starting to wake up a little bit more as a society that like we shouldn't be worshiping these corporations like golden calves anymore.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Like because I think about like the Marvel phenomenon, right? And I think that it really did ruin Hollywood. Scorsese might be like a curmudgeon old boomer, but he's not wrong. I think Cape Shit did ruin Hollywood in that it made Hollywood expect that a movie could reach $1 billion
Yeah.
and that it was worth putting money into a project just for the possibility that you could make $1 billion off of it.
Like blue water people.
Yeah, and I think that it's just unsustainable, right? Because then you're making this overly bloated, expensive, gigantic ensemble team movie where, you're just throwing something together because you think that, okay, if we drop 250 million in this and we get $1 billion, then we're up, Um,
But it
but
can work if you do it right. It's when you start making everything cookie cutter and everything just looks the same, or you put your
but I
political agendas into them and just ruin them.
but I think it's wrong that it works. I don't think that movies should make $1 billion. What business does a movie have making $1
Make it
billion?
good. I think
Yeah, I
we
don't
also
know,
have to
man.
start questioning why people go and see movies and the whole marketing thing.
Well,
Like, do
well,
you
that's
really
because
do
we
you
like to
really
be
go see things
distracted
because
and
you want to?
entertained.
Yes, and maybe not, right? Marketing is strong, it's powerful, right?
So it's
So,
manipulation.
yeah, okay, that's the word you chose, not me.
I did.
I think about it this way:
Okay.
if I have a movie that I want you to see, and I want you to see it by a certain time, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna force feed you information and kind of tempt you to go towards it until that time. And then once that time is over, hey, you figure it out on your own. Um, I think that's what happens a lot of times. Like I can remember trailers from movies from like 3-4 years ago, and I'll totally forget about it. It's totally out of the dark recesses of my mind. And then I'll see that trailer again like 5 years later, and it's been reworked, revamped. Now it's not a concept; it's a movie that's coming out in 6 months, 5 months maybe. It's already implanted in my brain that I was interested in that.
Mm-hmm.
That simple. Like that's
like the whole
how.
Yeah, but we
interview
can,
and
but we have free,
spy
but we have the
kind
free
of
will
stuff.
to choose what we want to watch and what we don't. And I think that that's where what it's coming down to, right? It's people are less inclined to go give vast amounts of money to some 2-hour moving picture,
Right.
you
Well, I'm
know.
also saying
And
that they've already given you the best parts, though, because that's what they started with, and that's what they ended with the same product. It's
yeah, oh well, yeah. I mean,
it doesn't get any better.
yeah, you could definitely critique the problem with trailers and how they overshare things and give you
Oh
way too
yeah.
much of the movie. Yeah.
You know what's funny about that? The movie
Mm.
we just did a couple days ago, 65, right?
Yes.
I saw a review on that afterwards because now I see it all. I see a ton of reviews now showing up on my thing, and one of them was like, this movie's decent enough, but you see all the best parts in the trailer.
Yeah.
Everything good about this movie you see in the trailer. Everything else is just kind of like, eh.
Fair.
And I was like, wow, that's kind of true when you look at it.
It is. Yeah. I don't know. I guess like you want to make sure that you get the audience hooked and want to go see the movie, but you really do have to strike a balance with that because yeah, you don't want to overshare. If you show everything that's in the trailer, then yeah, it's probably not going to be that great.
But then there's dishonest trailers too. Because remember, what was that movie with DMX in it? And he's in it the first 5 minutes and then that's it. But they made it seem like he was going to be all throughout the whole movie.
Queen of the Damned.
No, he wasn't in that.
Romeo Must
That-
Die.
Romeo Must
There
Die.
you go.
There you go.
It was
Yeah.
the other Aaliyah movie.
Yes, the other Aaliyah.
He was in like the first 5 to 10 minutes of the movie, and then that was it. It was like, well, wait a minute. You got us all hyped up. We gonna see some barking and growling throughout the whole movie, and he gone. But they said the same thing about Chris Brown in that dancing movie too.
Stomp the Yard.
Oh yeah, it's the
Is that what
bacon
it was?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Stomp the Yard. He danced.
I didn't
at
see
the
it.
end of the movie, and by the end of the credits were still rolling, and he did not make it out the credit scene.
Dang. I don't go see movies like that neither.
Look, they shot that man in the rain while he was trying to do Michael Jackson toe move. No, I'm joking.
Man,
I don't remember what he was doing, but yeah,
his shoes was still smoking from trying to dance, and he was already gone.
That's out of pocket. You just made me think of Lil Saint though. Rest in peace, Lil Saint.
Who was that?
Oh man, Hardball.
Who?
Never mind. We were being nostalgic.
Oh, hey man, look, I don't watch blaxploitation films after 1980.
I don't know if Hardball would be considered a blaxploitation film. Did you ever see Hardball, Nick, with Keanu Reeves?
Oh, you said
I feel
hardball.
like I have, yeah.
Oh,
That's it.
I swear I thought you said Harpo.
Harpo.
No. Even though apparently they're remaking The Color Purple.
Yes, I do know, and I am disappointed in the whole idea and everything about that. I boycott
I wonder
everything about it
Why do you boycott it?
because I refuse for that movie to be remade just to give a whole new generation of. Never mind.
A whole nother batch of trauma. Say it.
Yes,
That's what it is.
yes, a whole new batch of women who've never been traumatized in the way that movie traumatized a whole generation of women into thinking that every man is about to be beaten their face in with these shenanigans. And they gonna share a trauma that never happened to any of them, but they gonna all swear up and down it's real.
Well, apparently they're also adding to the Suge story too.
Oh, I can already see where that's going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
I figured it out too.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, exactly. That's where it's going.
I wish that was a conspiracy, but the writing's on the wall.
It's not a conspiracy. If you know the
If you know the color purple, you already know where this is going.
That's so fast, and it's
why on earth would they remake that movie
and make it worse? I don't know, but
I mean, I don't think you could make it better.
As much as I'm anti her, I don't think you could do a better job.
No, absolutely not.
And I don't like neither one of them now. At this point,
it was a one-off movie. I just don't understand why you ever consider remaking it. Why?
For the reason that we said, people, it's
Yeah.
not the most
So
popular
you can
answer,
re-traumatize a new
but that's
generation.
really what it is. To
Absolutely.
Yeah.
re-traumatize a generation. Because
Yeah.
here's the deal, and I'll say it with this: Color Purple, Roots, 12 Years a Slave.
I was just about to say that movie.
We
Yeah.
could go
I
down the
only
list,
seen Roots. I didn't see the rest of them,
but what
and I didn't even see all of it.
all of those movies,
Amistad.
they
Yeah.
all kind of just continually bring back this same concept, this same thought, this same.
Hey, remember? Hey, you guys,
I remember.
You
I
remember?
remember. I remember.
Oh, racist member berries.
I remember.
Man,
Yeah,
look.
that's what it is.
You
Like,
remember when we did awful things to you?
Right.
And if they don't, when they don't want to admit that that's what it is, whoever they may be, I'm not trying to get into all that. But when people don't want to admit that, it's like no, they're simply trying to keep the thrill going. Like they know what this energy does already, so they're going to keep that going.
Yeah, it's almost like, hey, don't forget,
Yeah.
or else.
It's the,
You know?
in my opinion, it's the reason that people think Lovecraft Country got canceled, not
Gotcha.
realizing it was a one-off story.
Mhm.
The story played out beginning to end. If
Right.
you watch the show, it played.
I
beginning
like
to end.
that show.
Well, I didn't. So here's the thing,
I did.
Well, I watched some of it. I really only watched like the first episode, 2, something like that. Caught pieces, blah blah blah.
Right.
And when I saw how it ended without seeing all the in between, I knew immediately. I was like, I see where this went wrong. People thought this show got canceled. The show did not get canceled. Now, American
It was
Gods
a
got
one-off. American Gods started off good
canceled. Right now, that got canceled.
because I actually read the book. I read the comic. I enjoyed the Neil Gaiman experience with that one.
I couldn't get past the fact that he named Loki Loki, and I closed the book after that. I couldn't.
Nick
No.
said no.
Nah, Lowkey.
Oh no.
That's how he was. That's how Neil Gaiman named him, because he was in prison, yo. He was prison Loki.
Nick, you felt like you were reading a Zane book, huh?
Yeah, no, I felt like I was watching Michael Scott in the prison episode.
Oh shit, that's even worse.
Prison Mike.
What's up?
The worst thing about prison was the Dementors.
Hey. The Office did everything, didn't they?
Yeah, it really did.
I've never seen that show.
You're missing out, man. It is a very white person show, but it's good.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
He's offended.
And Craig Robinson and a guy.
Craig Robinson's great. Lindsay or Leslie. Sorry, his name is Leslie.
Yeah, Leslie.
Stanley.
That's the guy I'm talking about. Stanley. You gotta play Stanley.
Mm-hmm.
We take that and we don't know what to do with it, but we are offended.
Okay.
Why?
Fair enough. No, because it's actually a legitimately pretty diverse cast. So
yeah.
Are you offended like a Karen?
No, I remember when I found out that Ellie Kemper came from The Office. Like it blew my mind. I was like, wait, shit, I forgot. I saw her in The Office, and then I saw her in other stuff later, Kimmy Schmidt, et cetera, et cetera.
I have no idea who
Didn't
that
even
is.
click. And then recently, like a week ago, I'm watching The Office, and I was like, oh snap! How did I not? It blew my mind. But there's so many people. Even what is
Jim Halpert?
No, not Jim.
Sidebar. Did anybody see The Secrets of Dumbledore? Just out of curiosity.
No. Why
Oh,
would
okay.
we do that to ourselves?
I
I don't want to know Dumbledore's secrets. They're a secret for a reason. Come on.
I just was wondering because I was sitting here browsing and it came up and I was like, oh yeah. I wonder if anybody saw that.
No, well, maybe. Some people seen it, but we didn't.
Well, I don't care about the rest of them. I care about what y'all did.
I was going to bring up Rashida Jones. My bad. That's what I was going to bring up.
Why?
How Rashida Jones, because how she's in The Office and she's in Park and Recs. And when you go and look back, there's a lot of people who bounced Like they might have been on The Office for a couple of seasons, then they were on like 30 Rock, or they were on Park and Rec, or one of those other shows at the time,
They're in
Community,
the
or
same
something like that.
universe too.
All of them are,
Yeah.
and none of them really come into contact with each other. But in a sense, they all kind of fall in that same vein in different towns around the country.
Yeah.
It's interesting when I put that together too.
We could get into Office Easter eggs and stuff. We'll have Mike watch The Office, and he can give his review for it.
We'll watch it with you.
Come on, it'll be fun. You'll like it.
We love it, brother.
You'll like it.
Okay,
It's
look. How about
Yeah,
this? Mike?
Huh?
You
Go
watch
ahead.
The Office, and then we'll think of a show for Nick to watch, and then
There you
you
go.
guys can think of a show for me to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything for you guys to watch.
Oh, that's too bad. I guess you were going to have to just alternate.
Great,
Come back. It'll just come back to me.
See,
just
I already
berate
know where
Mike.
this is going. First is going to be The Office. Then it's going to be watch Parks and Recs. Then it's
Yes.
going to be watch
No.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
No,
Next
the
thing
good-
you
I
know,
would
it's
say
going to
The
be
Good Place.
Seinfeld.
Good place.
We wouldn't go.
I
down
watched
this
The Good Place already.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
see?
Then why didn't you watch Parks and Rec or The Office? It's in the same universe.
Is it?
Is
Yeah.
it?
It's all the same creator.
Yeah, I didn't like any of it.
Oh. I'm
But-
like, I didn't go too deep with The Good Place.
I watched most of it. I
You
don't
told
think
me
I
I
watched
should-
like
you
the
told me I
last two
should've finished
seasons.
You told me multiple times I should have finished it. I just didn't go back.
All of y'all need to find.
Oh,
Jesus.
y'all need to get shit together.
Yeah, you need Jesus.
How about we just watch The Lord of the Rings?
How about everybody go watch Black Jesus?
There you go.
No.
You could probably watch 2 seasons of The Office after for every
I'd
one Lord
rather
of the
watch
Rings
that.
movie.
Fair enough.
I would rather watch The Office than watch The Black Jesus.
Hey,
Wow.
I feel like there's some level of disrespect in there, and I'm not sure
It is
why.
all the disrespect.
I'm not sure why. You doing this right now? What is
Mhm.
going on here?
I
Did
don't
we
want to
start-
get us
Did we
canceled.
start this episode making sure people knew you were black, and now all of a sudden you don't want nothing to do with Black Jesus?
Oh, he didn't tell anybody that. That was off air. You just outed him.
Oops.
How dare you, sir?
Lord.
Accident. Look, oh my God, that was an accident.
Oh, I like mayonnaise. I like mayonnaise.
You fucking ass.
Somebody make me a sandwich with mayonnaise on it.
Oh,
Dude, you cannot be telling me you think white people sound like Mickey Mouse. Come on.
oh.
Oh.
Hey, keep it being. I always thought Mickey Mouse was voiced by a black man, and I told somebody that, and they looked at me like, "Are you an idiot?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" They was like, Walt Disney. I was like, "Whoa, shit!" Like I had no clue.
Right. Oh.
I had zero. 'Cause when I found that, and I don't know how long ago it was when I found that out, but I definitely wasn't.
Hey,
adult.
Mike, you'll really like The Office. Huh?
Oh. With
Yeah.
mayonnaise.
I
An
just wanna
avocado
say
toast.
two of my favorite.
I learned to like avocado recently.
What? Avocado toast specific.
Mhm.
I don't know the difference. It's all
You
the
don't
same to me.
avocado toast. You don't do nothing but put avocado on your toast. You toast your bread. You smear avocado. You can't just place the avocado. You gotta smear it on, and
Yeah,
then
you get like a
sprinkle salt and pepper
schmear.
on it.
Yeah.
That sounds like a green poop.
It looks like
It
a
is,
green
but it's good though.
Right. Oh.
Yeah. Huh?
I was gonna say two of my favorite voiceover peoples of all time are black women. So I want to throw that out there.
Are you trying to brag or something?
I guess I don't know if that's a
Yeah.
brag. I'll take it.
Man, I'm saving up money for my passport, so I can't relate.
Where you going?
Shit! No. How do you not see that? You just walk. You Nick.
I did
I
walk
grabbed
there.
you. You almost walked off a plane.
Thanks,
We've been
I
doing
appreciate
good this
that.
episode. We've been even letting
Damn.
him go.
That was really high up, man. I could have really hurt myself.
Whew, Jesus. Hot take. Hot take. Hey, Mike, that was wrong.
Yeah.
That was wrong. God, that was a good
But I enjoyed saying it so much.
Not bad. I bet.
Hey, we might have an uptick in traffic too.
Whew. Whew, it got hot real quick. I had to grab
I'm
a
getting
towel. I'm
pretty
sweating.
schwitzy.
Shit.
Um,
But yeah, I was sharing that though just because of the make Mickey Mouse. Yeah, whatever I was about to say at first. Because of the Mickey Mouse situation, I did think of, who are my favorite voice actors? I say the top two are females for sure. And it's probably Regina King and Cree Summers.
Voice actors? This is
I
very
like Cree.
obscure.
Yeah,
I
I
like
mean,
Cree
it's
Summers.
super obscure.
I am a fan of Mel Blanc.
Fair.
Yeah.
Who?
Did all the Looney Tunes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cree Summers.
Didn't he pass away
I
like
had
a
a
few
crush
years
on her.
He passed away like 70 years ago. I don't know.
Did you say 70?
No, I don't
Yeah.
know how long ago, but
No.
he's been gone for quite some time.
Probably like, I'd say
100?
30. No.
Maybe
I'd
50.
say 20, 30.
You got to remember, Looney Tunes were happening in like the 30s.
Yeah.
And he was the original voice of them. So,
Man, you can't
I
even
wanna-
have original Looney Tunes right now.
dude. No, dude. I saw this one. Oh my God. Jeez Louise. All right. I saw this one where Bugs Bunny is a pioneer and he's on the top of a fort and he's singing one little, two little, three little Indians while committing war acts against them.
Right.
I don't know if I've seen that or I just heard of it, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's rough, man. Holy moly.
They had a couple that I remember seeing, because I remember seeing as a kid, like old school, like throwback Disney shit,
Mhm.
and not really thinking nothing of it, and then getting older and like hearing about it and being like, wait, I think I've seen that, and then you realize, like, wait, like what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
dang, that is with like Dumbo. Listen, I can't watch.
Oh,
Dumbo
the crows?
no more.
Oh man, them jive talking crows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the fact
man.
of who voiced them though,
Oh yeah, white people.
I don't think so.
Do you know? Were they not? I thought they were. That was the whole thing, right?
Let me think. Let me think back to that.
I'm not sure, 100% sure.
And just
All
for
I
your
know is that I
FYI
can't impersonate them, or else I'll be canceled. So.
Right.
Oh yes,
And
that's for sure.
just for your FYI, he died in '89.
Oh okay.
Oh, Mel Blanc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, about 34
So I was
years.
alive, but I don't know about you two.
No, we were so young, not even born yet, because we're so
Yeah.
young.
I guess they were
I-
white guys.
I was
Yeah.
watching TV.
You were watching TV,
Yeah.
smoking cigarettes on the
Hey,
stoop.
whoa! Mom did not allow smoking
Yeah.
cigarettes at 9. Wow,
On the stoop, telling people to get off your porch.
Dude.
man. Mom's
Curmudgeon-y.
is my black half. She wasn't going for none of that.
Oh, I'm kidding, man.
Oh wait, no. Hold on, wait. Let's go back. I don't think they're black. I think they're black men.
Oh,
Hey,
Well.
all I know is the movie Airplane had an old lady talking jive.
mm-hmm. She
Yeah.
could translate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
Hal
don't
Johnson.
know.
My bad. Look, I'm actually over here doing homework on this right now.
Uh-oh.
Because for real, no,
Uh,
like, I got curious.
Yeah. Well, I think we're running out of steam here. And
Oh
we
yeah,
should
because
probably,
we supposed to be talking about Hollywood.
yeah, we should
Yeah, we
probably,
are.
we are in a way, we are. We should probably wrap this up before we get into too much more
Too much.
trouble.
Yeah, because we
Uh,
definitely. So
yeah.
okay. So the last question we had was what's the issue with Disney, and essentially we shared our opinion on that.
Mhm.
Let's see. What's one last seg out question. If there is actually, I'll say that this is a question just for us. If there's something we're looking forward to when it comes to the type of movies that are coming out, what's the or TV shows, whatever, but just the kind of work we're seeing, what's the boost that you're hoping comes? Like, do you hope it's a new level of talent, a new level of writing, or just all fresh material? Like, what are you looking forward to?
I think honestly, the best case scenario you probably ask for is more art house films, more indie films, and then letting bigger studios do smaller budget films just really well. I don't know why we can't do that. Not everything has to cost $300 million to shoot. And if you started making movies for a modest $100 million, you might be surprised at your profits and returns. The problem is that, marketing and then the cost of the movie are usually you have to double that amount or else you're not making money.
All right.
So I hope to see more. What's that?
How about stories that reflect real life?
No, because that's what's happening now, and everybody. That's where you get representation.
No. I don't mean like that. I just mean stuff that people can actually relate to, and it's not something that's just marginalized shenanigans.
Sounds like you're asking for plays, Mike.
Yeah, that's where I think the smaller stuff could come into effect. Yeah, like small art house stuff. I'm keeping my eye on A24, just because they did lots of good movies. So I'm keeping my eye. I think they have a new movie out. I need to go check out. It might be a scary movie, but
Probably.
I
I think they're definitely on their way to being up there, and I think they're an offshoot of Blumhouse.
I think so too, but I'm gonna stick with them because they put out all my favorite horror movies. I'm a James Wan fan, just like I'm a Sam Raimi fan.
Yeah. So we'll see. I guess Oppenheimer will be out next week. I might go see that, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, do me a favor. Don't tell me how it is.
I won't.
Wow. Awesome. Yeah. That's definitely what I want to see as well.
I am not surprised. Apparently, the choices were between Oppenheimer and the Barbie movie.
Yeah, that's what you get next week. That's for sure.
If that's the choices, you know which way I'm going.
Come on, Barbie. Let's go party.
Honestly, from what I've seen of the Barbie movie, it looks like a foot fetish movie.
So what I'm gathering from the Barbie movie is it's not about Barbie. It's not about the come up. It's what would happen if Barbie had a real life type, and who's interested in that?
I don't know.
I thought it was a movie about the history of the inception of creating Barbie and all of that. I was actually interested from the beginning.
But, I was surprised Quentin Tarantino didn't direct.
Wow. Is that many feet in the trailer?
That's what I've seen, yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah,
coming from me, would I make that up?
Yes.
Yes. Was that a trick question?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sitting here like,
no, seriously, because the trailers that I've seen, it's really Margot Robbie's foot in the camera a lot.
Yeah, she always has her feet.
I was about to say maybe that's like her. Maybe that's her take your shirt off like Michael Jai White and Shamar Moore back in the day.
Maybe.
She used to put her toes in the camera. Hey yo. Come on, man. What are you doing?
What?
Nothing at all. Oppenheimer looks good. The Barbie movie is not what I thought it was gonna be. So I guess unless one of y'all decide to review it, I probably won't be seeing that.
Right. Well, if you do, I can watch it.
I mean, we could all watch it. It's just we're talking about level of interest.
Mm-hmm.
So Mike, really quick, what did you say that you were looking forward to? I missed it.
Oh, just stuff that's more relatable and not this marginalized stuff.
Right.
It can still be in a fantasy setting, but just stuff that you can kind of see like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And it's not all this fantastical stuff where you have to stretch the imagination to just make like a regular 2-person drama seem like this extravagant story that it's not.
Mm-hmm.
But what do I know?
No, hey, I mean, what we're looking forward to, what we hope comes of this. And I'm kind of right in the same vein, in the same ballpark with you guys. I hope we get more of the insecure rap shit. I can't think of some of the other shows right now. I guess Curb Your Enthusiasm falls into that category, but shows that you could tell that it has a pulse. Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
You know what? I want to take mine back. I want more horror movies.
There are enough horror movies, man.
Nah,
but good
I want good ones though.
Ones.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you have to have a pulse. I think you have to have a pulse on society in general. And so I guess what I'm saying is I'm looking forward to more real people putting out real product and not just chasing a dollar. I think the situation I think that's what we're all kind of getting at. I think this particular strike that they're having right now gives more light to that. It gives more light to the people who the deal they just turned down was supposedly going to cause historic increases in the entertainment industry like you've never seen before. And that's what the actors and writers turned down. So it's not about money, it's about ownership, it's about likeness when it comes to the extras especially.
What about the AI stuff?
That's likeness in my opinion.
Oh,
Um
okay.
and it's
I thought that
about
had to do
who's
with the writers.
controlling. Right, but at this point, I think it's not who's controlling the story, who's controlling the narrative. I think it's who's controlling NIL, name, image, and likeness, which is what the athletes are dealing with right now. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what the outcome of that is, because now that that's changed for athletes, you see it changing over on the entertainment side for creators and creatives, and I want to see how that trickles down into the product. I'm very interested because some people are going to be desperate for the money, and we're going to see that in the products. Some of the products, those products will be good. Some people are going to be desperate, excuse me, for the notoriety of, hey, I was stuck around and I put out good product after they did this to us. And I'm interested to see what that looks like. And I don't know if it's going to be horror, love movies, rom coms again.
No more
Yeah.
rom-coms.
Ironically,
Okay.
some of the shows I
Just
just
because
named
you
are
said
rom-coms.
so, though.
Right, just because you said so. But ironically, some of the better shows out there right now are rom-coms. And the let's also keep in mind, Mike, romantic and comedy don't define the way they used to. So a rom-com today doesn't look like what it used
Yeah.
to look like.
Beef is a rom com.
Beef is definitely
How?
yeah.
It's a
Beef
love
is a
story.
rom-com, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Hmm.
probably why I didn't see it then.
Yeah.
You
All
guys
right.
told
Yeah.
me to see it, and I just couldn't bring
Let's get.
myself to do it.
Well, you missed out. Sorry.
Yeah, you missed on that one. Your fault.
Yeah.
Mm,
It's me and
All right.
Cowboy Bebop all over again.
I never saw that.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're good.
Yeah. With that being said, this has been your Hollywood nosedive episode. We are just diving in over here on the STC, the Screen Time Continuum, keeping you going, keeping them coming, and rolling in right here with us. Yeah, we have plenty more to say, but we're gonna save you. As you see, I'm still going. I can't help it. This is how we do. But here at the Screen Time Continuum, we are going to continue to give you information, banter, and of course, your classic reviews on Sundays and Wednesdays. And of course, it is that time for you to look at your screen if you have it up. Listen to the things that I say and check out what's on your screen. Check out on your screen. You can screenshot that, send that to your friends. You can also just listen to my voice. Soulful, slow, and soothing voice. If numbers could talk, Screen Time Continuum, Strawberries and Coffee, King _ Ilion, Exofathom, and This Married Moment are all available for you on all of the platforms that we have, which are YouTube, Facebook. You can go ahead and check out Twitch, as well as Rumble and Spotify. We appreciate you here at the Screen Time Continuum. For the Screen Time Continuum and all of the banter we do, my name is Keelan.
I'm Nick, and tune in tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Sunday for The Heist on Netflix. Is that what it's called?
No, it's called The Outlaws.
Oh, The Outlaws. There you go. The Outlaws on Netflix.
Wait, what's that?
Tomorrow night's review, 8:30 p.m. Sunday. Not The Outlaws, Netflix. Check it out. My name is Nick.
And I'm Mike.
And I'm Keelan. Appreciate you guys. We're not on strike, but the people who make the shit we review are. So
We might get copyright strike.
damn it.
Got him.